Welcome back to New Hampshire. A quick reminder about wrenchhead.com. They have millions of brand name auto parts and accessories to choose from, and it is so easy to prove that you're a wrench head. Are you a wrench head? Just log on, wrenchhead.com. Parts online all the time. And what Buddy really likes, they've got that free delivery.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Field about to get the one-to-go signal. Let's go to the infield care center. Larry McReynolds.
Well, Eli, I'm standing here where they brought Randy LaJoie just a few laps ago after the wreck over there with Buckshot Jones, and he was knocked unconscious just for a brief moment. He's fine. I talked to his dad. I talked to his PR girl. They said he's fine, but because he was unconscious for a brief period when they got to the car, they are going to transport him just for observation, just to make sure everything's okay, but he's got to get back out here. He owns one of the Busch North cars they're going to run later on this afternoon with Ted Christopher, so he'll be back out here just after they check him out a little more thorough.
All right, Larry Mack, thanks a lot. We'll update you further on Randy LaJoie. Quickly to Glenn Jarrett as we're a lap from the restart.
Okay, thanks, Eli. We've been listening to Casey Atwood's conversations with his crew. He's not at all happy with the car. It will not turn going in the corners. You remember, they only changed 2 tires there. They keep telling him just to work with it. Keep scuffing those right side tires in. The air pressure will build up. It'll equalize, and he should be okay. Hey, can we get a shot of that crane right outside turns 1 and 2 there?
Yeah, okay. Nice crane.
Yeah, well, they're building new grandstands out there. But that crane is there this weekend specifically to lift me and Buddy Baker out of here after we've had lunch at the infield cafeteria.
I don't think it'll work.
They are putting up some brand new seats. There's Hank Parker as he gets set to go back to green. He's in 15th spot, started 33rd. So he's really cut his way through the field. And as you see, his only other visit here, he was a 29th place finisher a year ago. But Hank's really maturing, and he really is. There were a couple of years there where, you know, things weren't going all that well. He's really coming to his own as a race car driver. 107 of 200 as we're back to work here at New Hampshire.
Casey Atwood caught on the outside there. That's not going to help that situation. As you can see right there, 3 wide as they come off turn 2.
And Buckshot got him for 2nd spot.
When you don't change left sides and everybody else takes on 4, that's like having one good half of a shoe. You know what I'm saying? It just don't work most of the time on these racetracks where you need that fresh rubber to really get around the racetrack.
Jason Leffler in that number 18 car, going to run the Indianapolis 500 for Treadway Motorsports. A terrific ride, a car good enough to win the race, but he has put his Busch Series career ahead of that. He's going to miss 2 of the practice sessions at Indy just to be sure he runs every Busch race, and boy, is it getting dicey out there now.
That's Ricky Craven in the 23. The 2 is Kevin Harvick. This is for 4th place.
Yeah, they're exchanging a little bit of...
oh, hang on!
More than a little bit.
What a job Harvick did to not crash that car. That thing was gone, and he somehow saved it.
Jeff Green and all these guys right now are taking advantage. Harvick is not back up to speed right now, losing position after position.
Tons of guys going by. Tony Raines in the 33 just got by. Anthony Lazzaro going way wide there in the McDonald's number 97.
He'll just have to wait till he gets on the back straightaway because there's so much debris on the top side of the racetrack, he dare not touch the throttle.
Yeah, get the tires cleaned off. Look at him shaking the tires clean because he was way out of the groove, Lazzaro was.
This is going to be good here. Jeff Green, he's in that blue number 10, 5th on the racetrack. The leader in points, you've got Craven just ahead. Mike McLaughlin closing in from the rear flank there. Watch this again. Live actions in the upper left, but watch the replay there of Harvick and Craven.
Now that looked pretty bad right there on Ricky Craven's behalf, but I noticed the front end of that car, it broke loose. He had the wheel turned to the left, and it actually pushed the nose over into there, and he got into Harvick. He did not mean to do that.
Ricky Craven driving as hard as he possibly can, desperately wants a win. Said this morning he thought today was his day. He's definitely got a car that's capable.
Get down to 95 miles an hour in the corners. Up to 147 on the straightaways for Jeff Green.
Jeff Green right on the bottom of the racetrack, so it's just in front of him, Rick Craven in the 23. And just behind him, a guy that's very, very content, the 48 car there, Mike McLaughlin.
Dealing with
Jason Leffler.
Yep, giving the bottom away, letting them go ahead now, do their race. Talking about his IndyCar deal. The sponsor is Roger Penske's United Auto.
Left rear is gone now for Harvick.
Oh, this thing.
He is all the way back down to 23rd place.
The bad part, he's over on turn 2, and that rubber flying off there is knocking the inner panels out from under the car, really hurting the car quite a bit as he's trying to make it all the way around the racetrack and back into the pit area.
Makes you wonder about that bump with Ricky Craven.
Well, that definitely caused
Oh,
it.
yeah, no doubt about it. It just took a while for it to happen.
You can see...
And you see, it was basically the left rear of Harvick is where they made contact.
Exactly.
So I'm sure the air began to leak out at that point. Took a couple of laps for it to go flat on him. So Kevin Harvick going to drop at least 4, maybe 5 laps in this entire exchange.
And then getting the jack under there with a flat tire, they'll have to lift up to get it. Now you see them coming off with the tires.
Glenn's down there.
That's the second.
Just got here, and wow, what a, like you said, what a tough break for Kevin. They only changed left side. In fact, they went ahead and changed both left side tires, and the crew guy was so mad he threw the tire up in here, and it bounced into me, then into my spotter, and I don't really blame them. They're upset. They had a car capable of winning the race. I'm going to try to get a look at that. Well, there's not anything to look at. That tire was left. It is chewed all up. But I have to agree with you. It either came from the bump from Craven, or maybe when he got up in the loose stuff, he may have run over something and cut it. But tough break for Kevin Harvick.
Really is. So Kevin Harvick will come back up to speed. He'll be 4 laps down in 31st position now. Meanwhile, some other folks we have not talked about. Look at the Visine car now starting to make its way up. Jason Schuler, who ran at Nashville, if you were with us here on TNN back on the 8th of April, started 37th. Remember that day? He made it to the top 5 and got caught up in that big accident near the end of the race. And here he is again, starting in the middle of the pack, and he's running up in 8th place right now.
I was talking to the risers yesterday, and I said, is Jason that good? And he said if he wasn't, he wouldn't be in the car. So they have a lot of faith in what he can do on the racetrack.
There's another youngster, too. Bobby Hamilton Jr. started 23rd. He's now running in 11th. There's Todd Bodine. He's no oldster by any stretch. He's running in 9th. Starting to see a few new names now. 57, Jason Keller right there on the screen. Then the 26, that orange and red machine of Bobby Hamilton Jr.
Talking about Jason Keller in the 57, he hit the wall pretty hard not long ago. Caved the right side in. I'm sure he was glad to get a chance to change tires just a second ago and maybe pull the tires away from, or fenders away from the tires, but he's up full song now, and the car looks pretty good.
And you know that Schuler there, the Visine number 17. The other wild card in all of that, Nick, is Gary Cogswell, his crew chief, who has got a couple of wins here with Chad Little and Mike McLaughlin, so that doesn't hurt either.
No, but Schuler has had virtually no practice at all here. In fact, before the races started this weekend, the only time he'd ever been around this racetrack was as a passenger in a rental car with Jeff Green driving. Hadn't even seen this place before this weekend. Boy, what a tough act he's got to follow. Matt Kenseth has run 10 races in that car, 2 wins, 7 top 5s.
And of course, Kenseth is currently in the point standings in 3rd, but he'll drop by virtue of not being here today.